We're gonna start with Bird Mummy first. So.
We've been to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax?
Is it still a bit too loud? It might be.
Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Outsong? It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
I think it's okay. I should, you know, Thunder Shoes are the worst. Rex really stressed last week, but yeah, oh no. And my PC problems are due stressing me out as much as well. I'm getting gray hairs because of that. And we did not fix shit, so yay.
Here we are, right outside our place. Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything. And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all. We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that. Huh? Traveler?
Okay,
Did
Large.
something catch your eye?
Have a lovely weekend. Don't think we've ever seen her before.
Oh, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
She is Cloud Retainer.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country. Okay, but if we're
Thank
both
you.
friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association.
No, it's very quiet. Oh my god.
Want to go up to her and say hello?
I hate everything. Why is it so quiet now? Everything. Oh. This is all a mess.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this. Hello. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Why are you talking that way, Paimon?
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has a shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Oh, I did recognize you, sweetheart.
You're...
Cloud Retainer?
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because...
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
It's okay.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place.
Izzo!
Paimon can think of several examples, like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning, or...
Thank you! I think the sound is okay now, too. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Izzo. Thank you. It feels like Cloud Retainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. What reasons? Wait, what are we missing? I almost forgot Paimon brought you some gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all.
But did we bring some food?
Most commendable.
Cloud Retainer tries but fails to look indifferent as Paimon does something.
Well, this is all Paimon's forgot. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself.
It was probably food, wasn't
where
it?
were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
Paratina said that she is going to visit some of her disciples.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason in particular. I was just
we just found
around
ourselves
the
missing
corner,
you and wanted to
climbing
see how
another
you were
mountain.
doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Well, 1,000 Moonlit Miles. Okay. Let's go to Liyue Harbor. All the way over here. Oh god. I'm not used to playing this with my PlayStation 5 controller.
Shenhe has also secured employment recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future.
You know what the only good thing was?
Did they think one was
I got
so
shouted
easily
2 times.
mollified?
I won
One
my
shall
50-50
investigate
twice in
everything
a
with one's
row.
own eyes,
Can
and
you
decide-
believe? In this year, is this the year where my gacha luck is going up again? Is this
We're
it?
almost at Way High Pavilion! Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where
I
did
won
she
my
go?
50-50 twice, I could barely believe it. I can show you in a hot
Why
second,
aren't you
wait.
standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
The first time I had to give up like
why?
entire
Isn't it
pity,
better if we all go
and the
together?
second time it was like I think like 40 pulls or so.
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time. One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Okay, I'm not gonna
enough,
tell her
makes
that you're
sense.
here.
Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Well, that worked out amazingly well.
Oh, busted.
Hi.
Is that lady someone you know, Miss Ganyu?
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings.
That
What
takes
brings
so
you
long.
here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's
Oh my
been
god, I got a
quite some time
super
since I
adorable
last saw
emote.
you
Look
in
at
this form.
Darius.
You are quite mistaken. One is
That
not
is so
acquainted with this
cute.
Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Huh?
Seems she's
As if
not
Ganyu
by.
wouldn't know that you're her mama.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
And you look totally bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
exactly.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important. Cloud
Paimon,
Retainers,
just
right?
shut up.
We've still got
Seriously.
something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
I
So,
understand.
never.
That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
You discuss some of your recent adventures with Ganyu.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke.
I also saved
If you
so
ever
many more
need
nations
anything,
since the last time
Please,
we spoke.
just come find me at UI High Pavilion. Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point.
Hi, Sky. How you
Considering the sheer
doing?
extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
It definitely is.
Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shenyun.
Canyon?
Where is that one coming from?
Ah, I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion.
There we
An
go.
adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
Da, 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 da.
And what of it?
I'm doing okay.
Did you truly
Having
take
some
one to be
issues,
nothing more
but it's
than a
fine.
bird of bigger than average
You're gonna
size?
figure stuff out.
Not exactly.
Emma looked away in embarrassment.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today. The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Wow. That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely with one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the
I think I
moment.
figured out where my PlayStation 5 sound comes from.
That is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace?
Yeah, I think like this
And
is
what,
okay
pray
now.
tell, of her monthly remuneration? Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
That is a lot of questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer
I
personally.
tell you guys,
Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming
switching
recently.
around devices is
So
always
with
such
Chef
a
Mao
pain.
being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Shangling is
I didn't
kind
pay
and
attention to the
astute,
story. I'm so
while her
sorry because I
father
was
is
trying to
loyal
fix
and
that issue.
reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult. Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Yeah, that's the
Cannot
important
wait
thing.
Till after we've eaten.
You may
Paimon!
return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you around, Ganyu.
Bye bye, Ganyu. Did we just invite her to dinner? Is that what this was about?
Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think?
Absolutely. I also absolutely know what this was about. 100%.
As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to,
I want to fight to see how the volume is done.
You get
I'll be
what I'm
honest.
saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, eh?
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes.
Wow.
Hey, how about you ask her?
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
Do you still want her mobile phone number, huh?
2 servings of Mora meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Shenhe!
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
It's been a while, Shannon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xinyun.
Master?
Huh?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to
You're
ascertain
not that
one's
sneaky
true
as you think,
identity
sweetheart.
with such ease?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon. Are you here for Shenhe? The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Oh, are we just gonna go around? I was like, am I gonna go in? No, I'm not gonna in. Oh, I'm just going here. Whoopsies.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
Because
Still,
Shenhe
the
got a
work here
break?
entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
First, I try to talk sense into them.
Hmm.
If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Oh,
Sure they are.
How's
That,
your mom about this?
Please do not take advice from Shenhe regarding how to treat customers, okay?
Oh, a sensible
Does it
plan.
sound reasonable
One
enough
is glad
though?
to see you integrate so well into
I
human
don't
society.
know.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
I see. Just as expected of Master.
What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master. Oh,
Look, I don't think she's killing them, okay?
Do
She's
make note of such matters
threatening
in your letters in
them.
the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa, her mood shot up just like that.
by the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
Well,
I
she
see.
never bothered to tell us before.
In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter, please proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race.
Oh, that's not a good
Mooncarver
deal.
accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It
That
was a
allows her to
mechanical
fly?
vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh, it
Okay.
boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain.
Oh no.
One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so?
Oh my god.
With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
Nothing?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud?
They're both the real
To
one.
me, they are both, Master. One is the master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the master that I respect and adore.
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Do you
Let the
have
poor
any
mommy
empty tables?
alone, please. She doesn't really go to people a lot.
Could we get another fish stew?
And I also think Shanna needs to go back to work.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
I'll try my best.
Bye bye, Shanna. Was a nice talk. As more and more guests begin to trickle in, Paimon takes the opportunity to order a whole array of delicious food.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Oh, that really looks good. Can you eat this kind of food, Clever Tainer?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors.
Is that
The
a yes?
dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill.
I guess it's
Their
a yes.
unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has
'Cause of the
already
food?
begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
Maybe just wait till it
I'm
gets a
sorry,
bit more
miss,
room
but Our
temperature.
tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around.
How convenient they are, two chairs.
Excuse me, would you mind letting us share a table with you?
Butter! Hi! Thank you so much! Welcome, everyone! I don't even know, is any of my mods still here? Wait, do I have to do a shout out? Wait, oh god, wait. Let me do the shout out. I don't know if any of my mods are here. Probably not. There we go. Welcome! Hope you're doing fine. I am doing okay. We're having technical issues, but it's okay. We will fix them at one point. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you had a lovely weekend. What did you play? Palworld! Oh, do you like it? Is it to your liking?
Ah, well, Paimon
I hope it
fine.
is.
What about you guys?
So I don't mind if you silverfuss.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Shuyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Hello.
Granny? Yeah?
I'm gonna be nice. I'm
Is
not
there
gonna say
something wrong
obviously.
with that? No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Paimon?
A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
Sure. It's a little overwhelming with yeah, probably. I haven't played it yet. I watched some streamers play it though, so
Granny? Why don't you
I
take
can
a
see
seat?
how it could be
Come on,
overwhelming.
It's not polite to stare.
Quite usually pals already.
Have we met
Damn.
before?
Also, hi Chris.
No. Tis a fated meeting then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird.
Which restaurant has what?
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too.
No.
Need any help?
No, it's not a it's not a
Oh,
storyline.
you mean with Granny?
It is a character story.
Thanks, that's nice of you to offer.
So it's not like the main
Granny has
story.
pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kind of confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately.
Don't give me
I
a
even
sad
have to remind her
story.
who I am every morning.
Yeah, it's a clarity in a story. Yes. What about your parents?
They died young. It's just me and Granny now.
Genshin is giving me a sad story.
Oh,
Hyun something.
But it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got. Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid.
Maybe the kid
You're
is
too
also
kind.
older than she looks.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again?
Oh no.
Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Huh? That
That-
sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
Free
It was
like
just a dream, so I forgot
debt
about
free
it.
or
But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. Ah, you know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Does that mean you're possessed?
that's not how that works though.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not
Have
an
a lovely
adept?
rest of your day. Thank you
Am
for
I
your
not an
raid.
expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
Oh gosh.
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
It do
As
be
one
getting
said,
weirder.
Fate must have brought us together. You may leave this situation to me.
Are you sure? So, what are your names?
We would never introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Sani.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back? Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
Give Paimon food and she will be happy. We're just curious about your situation. I want to help if we can.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. But Miss Yen, what exactly can we do to help out this granny? All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
What?
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds.
What places
and the
are
emerald
these?
mountain streams.
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea. Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster.
Or? So there technically should be like some records of that, shouldn't they?
If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something.
Like same
Martial arts
minds, think
heroine.
alike.
Oh, Shinto knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still
Just go ahead and eat.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Okay.
Streetward Rambler?
Yeah, was I? Do you mean the old lady?
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Okay. I can do that. So we gotta go all the way over there. Oh, I could also sell my geocoins. What are they called? You know what I mean. Because of the new area, I have so many.
It's you two. What brings you here?
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
You explained the situation, didn't you?
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Anything is helpful and
I
appreciated.
can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But
I mean, don't we
considering
know her
age,
name?
I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Never mind, Dad.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Shinto. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but
It was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Jingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
You are a huge help.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill.
I mean,
I've never
technically,
understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something.
oh, did she do
There's
something
probably
terrible?
far more to the story than what's been written.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just
Or maybe
learned
something
so much
even more
from
tragic.
Shincho. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion? Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
Is it?
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story too!
Oh.
Shincho, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be.
Oops.
But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals.
Cool.
So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together
did she
to form
sacrifice
bandit
something
groups.
for that?
What started as a natural disaster
And that's why she can't remember
soon became a
shit?
human tragedy as well.
That sounds awful.
It does.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
We're
No?
good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall
We don't know
any of it.
that. We just
Anyway,
assume
we'll be off
because
now.
it's Genshin,
See you
but
some other time,
still.
Shincho. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Let me go and sell some of my deal thingies first, though. Wait.
The Adventurers Guild. You'll have a
Give me some money. Look how many I have. All because of the new area. Holy shit. Oh, I could even only take that money. Oh, damn, look at that. I am rich now.
Boring.
We gotta go this way. Oh, is that where Madame Ping is? I think. Or unless it's somewhere around here. But I think that is exactly, yeah, there she is.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Oh, thank you. Straight word, but Ping, what has amused you so?
Nothing in particular.
It's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last
Hi,
time I saw you
Luffy.
in this form.
I am
Times
covering
wrought
my
such
shoulders.
change
Can't you
in this
see?
world, and
Yeah, I
yet
covered.
you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
How's your moving
Oh.
going?
Why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
It does not require as much as you
Say,
would
but a
think.
pig is having a
Still,
comfortable life.
Do you mean that
Cloud Retainer, Madam P!
Because that was savage as hell.
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed
Like,
any
woman,
useful details?
you could just say something like that.
Chu has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Huyo and Yundai soon arrive at the scene. Paimon realized Shinji's theory.
do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Because tea is always gonna help you with your issues.
Thank
No more
you so
troubles
much.
when you have tea.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny? According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa.
Oh, do we know who your grandpa is?
Of him, but there was this one time I found a box in her attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
Seems like the stories were on the right track.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
Okay.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's
Okay.
as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and
Madam
take
Ping,
the time to appreciate pleasant conversation.
I don't want to be
among
rude,
friends.
but
Thank you.
I don't think you guys have similar age ranges. Let's rest here for a little while, though.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Sure thing. What would you like to know? I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
Okay. Sounds mysterious. Let me go there. Because I'm sure nobody's gonna like listen in now that you just like announced that you have a secret to tell us.
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise?
No.
How about that?
Why do you say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yun call herself an adeptus.
Well,
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Shuyu here what you really meant by that.
Do you really want her to explain that?
One is indeed
Really?
an adeptus.
Is that a good idea?
Is that of some concern to you?
Look at her! She's just spilling the tea! What did you expect, Paimon?
knew it.
You don't sound surprised at all.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe Any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that? A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help.
Why even tell us then?
I'm really grateful.
Oh, look, the lanterns in the back.
Leave it to us.
So
now that we know
pretty.
the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Look how pretty that looks.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
I love Lantern Roy so much. Look at that. So pretty.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Well, sun is here. Lanterns are gone. It's okay. So, Wangshu Inn it is. There's actually the new... Oh. The new event is what I wanted to say where you cook. It's actually really cute. I really like her. Such a cute event.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room?
She had a room that had a window, which is such a rare occasion that a room has a window, especially if you're in an inn, because usually rooms. You know, it would be easier if she said the room had no window. You know, it probably would have been easier to figure out what room she was in.
I'll come with. I'm still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
Oh no!
What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a
Didn't expect me to
non-human
shout.
presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for
That's a bad
concern.
conclusion, sweetheart.
It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned.
No, the
to your
room had no
previous
door.
form.
You came through the window. The window is the door. Easy.
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest
What is happening?
invention, the Bang Bang continuous fire mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics.
So what you're saying is Xiao's Batman signal is just us calling his name? Is that what you're implying here?
The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
Well, she was probably grieving.
Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Shower just dropping the tea.
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now.
Bye,
Should
sweetheart.
you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name.
I know.
However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Goodbye.
Everyone, I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Oh?
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
a long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinjo said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing pills. He
Like,
told
I don't
me
want
that
to
the
assume
pills were
anyone's gender,
concocted
but
using adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
so the dementia you're suffering from now is actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayunkars next?
Sure.
There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap.
Why are we not just asking the people? They probably remember something. Wouldn't they? Oh god, okay. We are gonna go around.
Useless.
Okay, there's a random event. Is it you? Are you my random event? You might be. Hi there. Ow. Come here. Let me freeze you.
Can't run from
judge.
Cool. That was a very hard fight, I must admit.